love and welcome that, and just grab one of these forms from me right after service and be glad to welcome you to the church family. Also, Beth and Rick Hicks have asked me to express a sincere thank you to everyone who was here yesterday and helped and brought food and did all of those things as they honored the life of their son Todd. And so thank you from the Hicks family. Throughout my life, I am 41, will be 42 this year. I have sat mainly under four pastors, four men that have had a hand in shaping me into the Christian and even more than that, the pastor that I am today. Each of these men were different from one another, and some were really different guys, just kind of weird. My childhood pastor modeled consistent servanthood. I didn't grow up in a very wealthy church. So I saw a pastor who worked hard to serve the church and did whatever needed to be done. There was nothing beneath him. He loved and he labored for the church. He mowed the lawn, he cleaned the church, he went to kids camps and youth camps, and he worked so hard for the church. That is why you will see me sweeping floors, taking out the trash, moving tables and chairs, showing up to kids services and youth services. That's just, for me, it's what I saw growing up. It's what a pastor's supposed to do. My next pastor taught me to embrace the power of God. He taught me to expect the power of God in my life and in the life of a church. And during the time that he was my pastor, I saw the power of God on display. That is why you will hear me talk so much about the power and the presence of God. I value that in a church more than just about anything. My next pastor, probably the most impactful of the four, showed me the benefit of being teachable and being relational. That man was willing to pour into my life. As long as I was willing to listen and to learn, he was willing to teach. He met with me on the same day every week for years. Same time. He met with a college-age kid who thought he might want to be a pastor one day, and he poured into me. We developed an extremely close friendship and relationship, and it's one that has changed my life. That showed me the importance of relationship, that pastors need to know and love the people they shepherd. I'm not your preacher, I'm your pastor. It blew me away because I was important enough for him to pour into, for him to take time out of his busy schedule just for me. That is why I try to show up to hospitals, baseball games, dance recitals, and parties, especially if there's good food. Y'all let me know. I want to know the people that I am called to pastor. The fourth pastor helped me with my public speaking and preaching. I watched and I learned how he crafted a sermon, presented that topic and sermon in a way that was informative, inspirational, and accessible. That's why I try to teach in a manner that anyone can get something from it. I don't want to be so high and intellectual that many will tune me out. And I also don't want to just be a motivational speaker and tell funny stories the whole time, because I'm to be a preacher of the Word of God. Each of these men were different. They had different strengths, different weaknesses, different perspectives and methods of ministry. But there was a common thread among them all. They loved to eat. All my pastors loved a good meal. They are why I am most comfortable sitting around a table, eating good food, and fellowshipping with good people. I can't understand why you'd want to have a meeting and not have food there. At least let's have a cup of coffee while we're there. That third pastor I talked about, he was the friend pastor, the relational pastor. I think we shared at least one meal together every single week for years. We loved to eat. Hamburgers, barbecue, buffets, coffee, chili, seafood, and especially desserts. We would sit down to eat, and he would often say, "Glory